Hello and welcome to Keepsales. Now in this video, we will be looking at some SMS guidelines that we have to take notice of. Mind you, we are still talking about the bulk SMS management system on Keepsales. And then there are these very crucial guidelines that we have to know, that we have to always keep in mind, okay, so that we are able to use the system very well. We're able to be comfortable with it, and then we wouldn't experience a lot of issues with the platform. Okay, so there are quite a few, but then they are very, very, very crucial. Okay, so one of the guidelines has to do with the sender IDs. Okay, so we are going to look at the guidelines. Okay, so in this video, we will specifically talk about just guidelines. Okay, so now our sender IDs guidelines, the first rule we have to take note of is that a sender ID is required when you would like to send branded messages with your business's name. By default, your sender ID is Sumundi Send. Okay, so what this means is that if you are going to send any message that is going to be sent in your name, okay, a sender ID is required. Okay, meaning you have to apply for a sender ID. Okay, we have a video that talks about what a sender ID and then how to go about sender IDs, and also you can check all that out. Okay, but then a sender ID again is required if you are going to send a branded message with your with your business name. Otherwise, by default, your sender ID is going to be Sumundi Send. The second guideline is that other pre-provided sender IDs are available for you to choose from. The examples are the fav.vendor or fav.shop. Okay, so then it adds up to the default IDs that are available. So Sumundi Send is one. Sumundi Send is one default ID. fav.vendor is another, and then fav.shop is also another default ID. Okay, so now these IDs will be used if you haven't applied for a sender ID or you haven't received your sender ID yet. Okay, so then the third is that you may apply for a customer sender ID for your business using the form provided, but be sure to take note of the following rules. 1. Your ID should not be generic and should be in line with your business name or services that you provide. Okay, so what this means is that you are going to fill a form, okay, in order to apply for a sender ID. It's not automatic that the moment you create a sender ID or the moment you enter your sender ID, it's automatic that you receive it instantly. But there's a process to actually getting a sender ID, which is that one, you have to fill the form. Okay, and if you are going to fill the form, okay, it should be in line, okay, with your business name or the services that you provide. It shouldn't be generic. It shouldn't be something that is too broad. For instance, if you run a restaurant business, you can't just say you're in the food industry or something. Okay, the name should be something that is, a name or is tailored to, the kind of service that you provide. Okay, now the second is that sender IDs have an 11-character limit. Okay, so in your application, okay, when you're applying for a sender ID, you are restricted to 11 characters. Okay, so it gives an example that if your business name is Emerald Supermarket, your sender ID can be Emerald in short. Okay, so always take note that it has to be a maximum of 11 characters. If it exceeds 11 characters, the application will be rejected and you'll be required to reapply again. Now the third over here is sender IDs are validated within 24 to 48 working hours. Okay, so you don't get it instantly. Okay, it's going to take you like a day or two. Okay, when you apply for a sender ID, you actually receive a notification that tells you that your application is going to be reviewed. Okay, and then if it passes, if it gets validated, you actually receive that notification either in a day or 2 days. Yeah, 2 working days. Okay, so if it's a weekend, weekends are not working hours. So if you apply on a weekend, you might probably get it the next a weekday or something like that. Yeah. So the final one here is that sender IDs are free to raise in Ghana and Nigeria. So if you are watching this video from Ghana or you are in Nigeria, it's actually free, okay, to create your sender ID. But if you are so we are available in 3 countries now. Currently, is Ghana, Nigeria, and Kenya. So if you are in Kenya, you actually have to pay in order to get a sender ID. Okay, so these are the guidelines, okay, regarding sender IDs. And again, like I said, we have a video on sender ID, so do check them out as well. Okay, so then the next set of guidelines has to do with when you are topping up, okay, your available SMS. Okay, so let's go through it. The first is that before making any payments, you have to download and review the SMS pricing sheet to know the various packages and rates based on your country. So this is very crucial. If you want to know how much goes into the payment, okay, how much SMS you are going to get, okay, based on the amounts that you pay for, you actually have to you can review the SMS pricing sheet. So you just click on it, it's downloaded, and then you are able to have a look at it. Now the second guideline is that it says that please read the following carefully to understand how your available SMS is charged. Okay, so this is going to basically talk about how your SMS is going to be charged. So first is that a single SMS message has a maximum length of 160 characters, meaning you will be charged for more than one SMS if your message is longer than 160 characters. This is a global standard determined by the GSM encoding standard. Okay, so I think it's self-explanatory. What it basically means is every character, sorry, every message, every SMS message, okay, has a maximum length of 160 characters. So full stop is a character, an alphabet is a character, a number is a character, and even a space is a character, a punctuation is a character. Okay, a symbol is a character. Okay, so you are entitled to just 160 characters. If you exceed 160 characters, okay, you've gone beyond a single SMS message. Okay, so you have to take note of that. And like it says, it's a global standard, okay, determined by the GSM encoding standard. So it's a standard everywhere in any country that you find yourself. That is the standard for measuring what a single SMS message is. The second guideline is that if your message contains a Unicode character, for example, the CD symbol, okay, the CD symbol over here, then the number of characters limit per SMS will be 70 instead of 160. So what this basically means is that if you are typing a message and you use a Unicode character, that character in itself is worth 70 characters. Okay, so if you are typing, let's say GH series, okay, G is one character, H is one character, the CD or whichever symbol that you use is 70 characters. So if you add what I just the example I just used, that is 72, okay, in total. Okay, so then you have to take note, so that if you're sending a message and then the system charges you for 2 messages, okay, you want to be sure that, okay, was there a Unicode character in there? If there was a Unicode character in there, that could have contributed to your message exceeding 160 characters. Okay, so that is very, very crucial. And the third is that all amounts to be paid will be converted to Ghana cedis for processing. Okay, so when you are processing over here, okay, when you select the country that you are from, okay, and then the amount you are paying, it actually converts to Ghana cedi for processing. Okay, so when it's processed, then you've made payments, it finally converts the amount to its equivalent SMS messages that you are entitled to. Okay, so this is all for all the guidelines that you have to take notes when it comes to the bulk SMS messages. Okay, And also one final thing that you find here is it says that please know that your SMS messages will always be delivered but can take anywhere from 3 seconds to 1 hour plus to be delivered depending on the telco network condition, the recipient location, availability, and SMS gateway congestion. Okay, so these are very technical terms. What it basically means is that when you send a bulk SMS, okay, it might take between 3 seconds to 1 hour to be delivered. Okay, and then there are various conditions that can affect it. If you're having like a poor network, okay, it might delay. Okay, your location matters. Okay, like there are other things that can affect your customers getting your messages on time. Okay, so between 3 seconds to 1 hour. Okay, when you send a bulk SMS, that is how long it's going to take. Okay, you have to expect that it will take that long, okay, for your messages to be delivered. All right, so thank you so much for watching this video. Let me see if there are any other guidelines anywhere else we have to take note of. Okay, so that will be it for this particular video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again in our next video. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful time and bye bye.